make it into the presentation.
They didn't?
No, because I was in consults until right now, so I wasn't able to drop them in because I ran late. So
we can email, put on Facebook, email them, and then do you want me to do it now? Like,
we'll just email them out to everybody today.
We have so much content today that we don't want to take up too much of your time, so we're going to email you all those or post them on Facebook. It says it's upcoming.
Is that the only ones? Was that the only thing you forgot? We forgot to do? Is the listings?
I've got to go to the wash and dryer this morning.
Ooh, that sucks. Well, it shouldn't stink. It's only a little bit.
103
Inside your house, it's 103?
No, outside.
Outside?
Exterior wall, so
Oh, that sucks.
It's picking up sound from somewhere, but I have no idea from where.
It just says upcoming.
Oh, that's why.
Now it's
No, you're not. There's do or there's do not, as you always said. Good. Moving on. Well, that brings us to some connection questions. And these were something that was a regular part of our meeting a little while ago. We faded them out. We brought them back. Business in real estate has to do with this, right? How many contacts did you make last week? How many contacts did you add to your database? How many leads did you receive and where did they come from? How many contracts did you write? How many escrows do you have and how many closings do you have? These are the most important metrics in your business, right? Good. It is also the thing that no one wants to talk about, right? So do me a favor, turn to someone around you, maybe the person who talked to you last time, maybe someone you don't recognize, and run through the questions. How are you doing? Metrics, go.
I owe Chris $10.
It's a lot higher than that.
Really far down. I did 76 last week. I did 76 contact last week. I gotta give him $10 every week at him. I made him my account. I told Chris, I want free money. And I said, you ain't gonna have any. And by next week I didn't finish. So I only did now. Yeah. That's why this next week, yesterday I was here till 7 p.m. And we got 22 contacts, 8 letters, 13 calls, and 2 people my dad. And so last month I had 2 escrow right now. Another offer going on today. So I'm on track to do hopefully 12 deals this year, but I want to completely beat that 115. I set 1 a month for myself, but you know, God calls us to ask for things. I've been asking, and even if it don't come, I still have a lesson of doing the job. Doubling down, especially during this time, you know what I mean? Especially for buyers. So, how about yourself?
I was in the midst of 250 people Saturday night. I got a friend that does soul review, the 70, 80, 90 soul review.
What is that?
All the big groups from the 70, 80s, and 90s.
Isn't everything fit in here?
That's your signal.
Good to see you. Really good. Did you change your hair? You look so good.
Oh, right here.
There you go. Hair so
Hi, man. So, I missed 250 people. 7 contacts, 920 emails. 7 of them, 5 of them are getting ready to get right.
There you go.
2 or 5. 7 people have to my database. And today I got a real estate online course talking to one of them right now.
Okay.
A husband and wife are going to get their courses.
There you go.
Now what I'm doing now, I'm hooking to what I'm doing. I'm going after people who have bought it, who have not bought
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Got business. So what I'm doing, I'm taking people, some people are making them real estate. And they're working 10 times
Yeah. There you go. And let me tell you something too. It's going to be rewarded month over month, year over year. Because now, you know what? Here you go.
They don't have time for that.
No.
But they like the job.
And even if they do, you should get a shit on the back.
I'm so you understand. I can't get this I can understand. Oh, I don't want to do that work.
Passive.
Yeah, it's passive. Now don't forget, I get paid on the deal, and I bring it to Keller and back yeah.
And that's monthly through the entire day.
Yeah.
One.
There you go. I like
You guys got that. Thank you. So, this should be the conversation you look forward to the most every week, right? This should be the one where we come in, the connection point is like, how many contacts did you make? You'd be like 120.
Yeah.
Right? Should be, right? Why? Because you're a professional in real estate, right? And Rose, you had something to say?
I mean, right now it's the greatest time. I mean, we're going into all these holidays, Halloween,
Yes.
Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. I mean, we should already be working on sending out, these cards.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. How many contacts did you make last week? This should be a fun conversation, right? Without metrics, a manager cannot manage. And so if you're managing yourself, then what's your goal? And how are you doing in relation to that goal? What is your metric, right? I'm a new agent. My metric is I want to make 100 contacts a week. Right now we know 6% of sellers are going to sell every year. So out of 100 people, that's how many?
6, 7.
Okay, good. You guys are better at math than that. That was easy one, really. But does it make sense? So if I want to have leads, what do I have to do? I just have to make the number of contacts. Success in real estate is a function of how many conversations you have this week. And so how many contacts did I make? Now, I talked to an agent in the office today, and I said, tell me about your calls. And he said, well, I'm making about 5. I know he's doing calls for 2 hours a day. And I said, well, 5 conversations for 2 hours means you're spending 24 minutes on the phone with each person, which I know you're probably not, right? So what's happening there? And I guarantee what's happening is a lot of hemming and hawing. Like, well, I'm just going to call, I'm not going to call that person, maybe I'll call this person. That's why we run the DTD2, right? Do the database twice. Because it tells you, call these people. Last name starting with Y or A, or whatever it is. And then there's no question, who do I call? I call these people. That's been weird. Okay, just get over it. I haven't talked to that person in a long time. It's going to be weird. How do you fix that?
Hey, it's been a long time since I spoke to you.
Boom, yeah, there you go. Is it weird anymore?
No.
No, and then when you call them the next quarter or before, is it weird anymore? No, right? We are avoiding the pain when all we have to do is change that script, right? So rather than making a sales call, I just want to connect with them. I'm just going to have 10 great conversations today, right? Yeah, Arthur.
That's why we all should do several different things with our prospective clients as we cultivate them. Text them, email them, meet them in person for a cup of coffee, find out who they know. That way you always have business.
Yeah, and there's a system for that.
Yes.
Very good touch, right? Very good touch. So contacts added to the database. Who got the most? Who was the most contacts made last week? Anybody think they got the highest number? Yes.
167.
167. Woo! Arthur's got his hand up. He thinks he beat you.
250.
200. I think he did beat you.
I know someone that did also 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, who's that?
Edward.
Edward? What'd you do,
Not
Edward?
where
Edward Jones.
Edward Jones. He's not in here. He went for,
There you are, sir.
oh, there he is.
What's that?
I said, one for my friend, Noverto.
Well, that was because you did that event,
yeah?
right?
Yeah.
How many contacts?
You know what? I probably was 60 that day.
No.
It's probably more than
There
that.
were
but-
more than that.
Well, on our registry.
All right,
Yeah.
on your registry, but good job, nice. Because you went out and you found an opportunity,
Yeah.
right, to make connect. So this is good, right? Because what happens is if you're doing calls in your database, in your sphere, right, you're working that, what's going to happen? You're going to run out of contacts, right? If you're doing it consistently, so what do you have to do? Get more contacts. Contacts added to the database, 60.
We actually added
Good.
over 12 an hour, probably.
That's great.
One every 10 to 15 minutes.
That's
And
great.
then how you down.
All right. How do we add contacts to the database? Talk to people. Yeah, be that awkward guy in the supermarket. No, I mean, but I'm just talk to people. But also, door knocking, add contacts to the database. Doing events, client events, add contacts to the database. Right?
Shopping.
Open houses, do contacts to the database. Shopping. Arthur, shopping for clients.
I take my wife shopping and
In the
while she-
parking lot.
In the parking lot.
I take my wife shopping, and while she's shopping, I'm talking to all the clients around her.
There you go.
One of the ladies asked me for my card in the parking lot.
Hey, you got my card? Oh,
Absolutely.
hey,
If
man.
anyone in this building buys a house from anyone else, I'm going to lose it, okay? Because they're surrounded by them. Yeah, absolutely. So these are the questions we want to keep focusing on. We need you to focus on every single day. How many contacts added, how many leads? And then anybody want to give us a lead number? How many leads from last week? You had 160? What was the lead to call ratio there?
I probably had 3 solid leads,
Okay,
and then nurtured a lot of people.
all right. 3 solid leads. Here's the thing. Our right now, typically our call to lead ratio is somewhere from 20 to 10 to 1 lead, typically, on average, from what I've seen. Is that going to be higher or lower this time of year?
A little bit higher.
What? Call to lead?
Okay,
Explain.
right.
Higher call.
Yeah, you're gonna need more calls.
Right, yes.
Right, because of the market in a natural position, the market's gonna start slowing down. Once we get to November 15th or so, it's really gonna slow down. But what we historically have seen for us is we see from now until about Halloween, a little bit of an uptick. So stay consistent in it.
It's a late harvest, right? Get the late harvest. So cool. Hey, well, let's move on to some events and announcements. We got a lot of good things happening in the Market Center, so let's jump right in. The MREA Book Club, this is actually the MREI Book Club, typed by Chris Mueller. Every Tuesday in the Market Center, we want to focus on building your personal wealth. Sam Offman and Tyler have been leading that. I know Ryan Raven, also some of our investor community there. That's at 12:30. Where we're at right now is we are actively looking for investment opportunities that the people participating in can get into, right? That is where that is happening right now. It doesn't make sense to spend a career in real estate and not build your wealth in real estate. And I don't know, I was talking to Tyler about this yesterday, what other investment can you enjoy the use of at the same time? If I'm going to put my money in an index fund, which is a great way to get past, to build your wealth, right? But do I enjoy anything from it? I don't have any liquidity from it. I don't have any, but on a rental, I'm getting cash flow in addition to appreciation, right? And so this is where we've got to be focused on build that wealth. So check that out. Just wanted to recognize Melanie for this. We went down to Ivar last week and we presented the principles of financial peace. It was a great room, such an opportunity. So guys, would you help me just thank you, Melanie, for coming out. We're focused on making the lives of real estate salespeople better. And if we can help people get their budget under control, particularly as we're going into the holiday season, we have an opportunity to change some lives. And so thank you for doing that.
Amen.
We're going to start full courses next month, so stay tuned for announcements.
Yep. And again, that's not just the KW, that's any real estate.
Anybody and everybody.
This is us giving back. We want to be able to serve this community. Arthur.
I recommend that for everybody to take in, if they can, bring their families, but most importantly, bring your children if you're available, because it's literally going to help change their lives, because that is not taught in school.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Absolutely. Good deal. This is, again, Rose, you brought it up. This time of year, the holiday season is God's gift to realtors. It gives us every excuse to stay in relationship with our clients. This is one we're doing for you. It's our client event Thursday, October 27th from 4 to 6 p.m. Email Sam or Clarissa to reserve your spot. And Sam, we're almost out of spots here.
We only have 10 left.
10 left here in Riverside, so get that signed up and bring more candy than you think you will need, because they will come for it.
Costco's got one of those big bags of candy.
Yeah, bring it now, we'll
By
hold it for
3.
you.
By 3.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah, by 3 per person.
Yes, exactly. And you will see kids doing laps. So hopped up. And this is just some fun for the Market Center, also an opportunity to reach and serve our community here in the office. This is going to be a little bake sale we're doing from 12 to 3 p.m. Revive Coffee. Jada Luce, remember Jada is Dustin Luce's daughter, 18-year-old starting her own business, so she'll be here as well. We'd love for you guys to be part of this. We're going to try to get all of our local businesses to come on down and say hi. It's, we're just building a little community here. So we'd love for you to be part of that. And all proceeds will go back to help pay for the Christmas party. So that's awesome.
So if you want to bake something, it's not too late to sign up for that.
Yeah. You cannot buy something and bring it. We will judge you harshly. So you know. And then the Christmas party, a night of dinner, dancing, and fun at Indian Hills Golf Course. Please mark your calendars, $50 for a ticket. It's just going to be a great night. Really, really excited about this. So more information from Melanie, Sam, and Carissa. Cool, and family reunion. Keller Williams Family Reunion, I think, is the largest real estate conference in the country.
Yes.
It's massive. And, we win as a team. We win as a team, not just in the office, but nationally. The amount of content and actionable stuff that you will receive at this is unbelievable. It's in Anaheim, so it is cheaper than it will ever be for you, because it will not be in Anaheim again for, 5 years? So just mark it on your calendars. If you're going to do nothing else, book a hotel room right now, because hotel rooms will disappear. Typically in a hotel room, you can cancel it up to 24 hours ahead of time, right? But you don't want to lose that opportunity. You can get in on the ticket price later, but book a hotel room right now. If you're like, I don't know, go book a hotel room with somebody right now. I don't want a roommate, but you might. Whatever, but just get that in and just make sure you're there, because it is going to be a powerful, powerful time. It's overwhelming. It really, truly is overwhelming.
Mhm.
So, and, again, I go back to the Gene Rivers tip I heard a couple of years ago, where he turns his business card into a value card. Such a cool idea, where he gets a vendor list of businesses that give him discounts when people present his business card. And so he says every year people come and ask me for my business card so they can use it as, that was just like, that was worth the price of admission right there, right? So those kind of tips, just so much good. What we came out of Mega Camp was just an entire folder of one-page models that you can apply. We went through some of the social media models last time or a couple weeks ago. This is what you get. Actionable models to build your business right now.
Are you still going to be able to stand each other because you know you get to network with a lot of the other agents local?
Yep.
And so that's another way of kind of networking,
True.
with
True.
agents. But are we going to have that, we're going to be able to scan each other's?
I
Yeah, I
believe
think
so.
it's on the app.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
have the family reunion app, well, they KW app and they have the family reunion page where you bring up a page and
And you just
scan
scan
it.
each other's barcodes?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'll tell you what, the airplane. You're not on the airplane to this one. The airplane back from last time, it was like, it was referral central in there. It was ridiculous. I had a woman going, hey, are you there? It's like, total opportunities. Good, and then bold. Guys, so the thing that we can do, I think one of the strongest things you can do in the fourth quarter to continue to build your business, to take market share, would be sign up for Bold. It's a $7.99 buy-in, but you will leave Bold with transactions because of the work that you will do with Bold. I say this all the time, you do not grow in comfort, you only grow under stress. And what Bold, and maybe, boy, I'm a salesperson and a half, right? That sounded really good. Getting there, it's going to hurt. But what Bold is going to do is it's going to work with us as a team to do the work to generate the business. And so it's not, hey, you should make 20 calls. It's make 20 contacts or your team gets a penalty. If your team gets X number of penalties, then you don't graduate, right? And so it's just harnessing all of that, all of the, we win as a team, harnessing did anybody do high school athletics? All right, get some of us here. Anybody done any sports in their life? Right? Okay, good. Having a coach hold you accountable is a difference maker.
Yes.
It absolutely is. And so this is what that gives you. It's your commitment saying, I am not going to take the fourth quarter off. In fact, I'm going to give myself a coach, and I'm going to give that person permission to hold me accountable so that I can achieve at a higher level. The best athletes don't have less coaches, they have more coaches. The best business people don't have less coaches, they have more coaches. Doesn't matter where you are in your business, this is something that can be a difference maker. Saul.
I was just saying, if you guys are confident enough, I owe Chris $10 because every week that I don't hit my contacts, I'm paying him money. So
I did not do that.
Yeah, no, I willing to do that.
Saul said, I'll give you $10, you'll make my contacts. I have not accepted any money at this point.
Yeah.
I may accept coffee.
Take it for W pairs.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. I'll take it. Yeah, thank you. That's what I was doing.
It's like,
I was going to do it for KW Cares About Chris's Kids. Anyway. All right.
That you've got an office thing to help cover the cost of it, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes, and so we do have some scholarship available. I will say we are making scholarship available to people who are doing the work. And so the way I said to Melanie was, these are the people I'm willing to invest in because I see what's happening and I know they're going to be successful.
Yep, so if
And
you
so
have
I'll
a
make
missed call
the
from
investment.
And Chris,
Yes, sir.
I hope they take you up on it, and I hope they attend.
I do too. Absolutely. Absolutely. So check it out. Good. And this is just something I want to bring your attention. We've been getting some interesting, we know that recruiting is heavy in this market. A lot of people calling in, not everybody has Y4C2T. And so we received this, was brought to our attention, someone received something, it said basically our client is looking to purchase your company. We're interested in a strategic acquisition of KW.
Good.
And this was KW Temecula. And then they went on to, it was a recruiting letter. Now, if they'd sent this directly to Marion, it would actually be a violation of law because it's interfering in a business relationship. But I just kind of want to let you know that some of this is out there where they're doing these things like, oh, well, we're in discussions to buy your brokerage. If you get one of those, just put it in the shredder because no one's buying us. We freaking own the region. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I don't think Marion Benton's selling KW Riverside anytime soon. Just Yeah,
Gary
you know.
Keller will not.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Varian owns the region for Keller Williams, so it's not likely that we're going to be entertaining offers from independent brokerages to purchase us. I'm just saying. So anyway, just thought I'd put that out there to you. New listings. I'm going to have to shift systems real quick because we had a little bit of a confusion with this. I'm going to hope this works. If not, we're going to email the listings to you.
They're already emailed.
They're already emailed? Oh, the emails were listed.
Go saying.
Well, okay, in that case.
Question about the listings, what happened to the, it used to be on our site, it would have the virtual listing board, and it's not on the site anymore.
I don't know.
So
Sam,
like
anything
when we
about
go
that?
home from the meeting, sometimes I've gone in because it goes so quick sometimes, I go write it down. It's not on our site anymore.
We'll make sure we get that back up.
Yeah, we can do that.
All right, before we move on then, since the listings have been emailed to everybody, does anyone have a listing they would like to talk about or showcase while we're here right now?
Yes.
Yes, Sam?
263 Bathurst, right here, about half a mile away from you, 92506.
Yeah.
2,200 square foot, beautiful home for $698.
Yeah,
And the area going for 800. So come on in and see it.
yeah. I'm excited about this because Sam, the way you've got it priced and the way that you're positioning it, pay attention. Because this thing is going to get a ton of interest, right? And so this is the play for listings in this market. Every listing is a beauty contest and price war. That's Kevin Allen, right? Every listing is a beauty contest and price war. What Sam has done is this sucker is listed at such a price that it is going to drive in, and he's going to get the kind of attention that you got in 2021, in 2022. And you know what's going to happen with the clients? They're going to bring more clients, right? So I'm very excited about it. So thank you, Sam, for sharing that one. Give me the address one more time.
263. And by the way, first show will be on Saturday. However, if you guys have a good buyer, just give me a call and we'll make exception for you and we'll show it to you before anyone else see it. So your buyer have the first look, rather use the first look at it, okay?
All right, cool. Now, again, this is an active listing. It is not listed as coming soon, but they're scheduling appointments, and that's how we're doing it. I heard that. Okay, yeah. Rose was like, violation. Good. Okay, Brent.
Our peppergrass listing down in Menifee, we just lowered the price to $599, which is a really good price for this two-story home out there. The difference and why I bring this up to our agents is that the couple that lived there, elderly couple, dad's got dementia, and he's looking to move back to Denver to be where his son is. So if you've got any interested people in the Menifee area, we're at $599, but with life's events that go on, it may be better than that. So
Right.
if you've got
What's the address, Brent?
Yeah, when you,
23994, I believe, Peppergrass. It is on the west side off of Menifee Road and Newport Boulevard.
Okay.
Newport down to Menifee and then turn right to Love.
Awesome. All right. Good. Anything else on listings before we move into content? Well, hey, Q4, this is our moment. You're going to hear me say this is our moment over and over and over again in the fourth quarter. We launched this last week. We're going to continue to lean into this because I firmly believe that this is our moment. I've been in real estate since 2004, and every year, what the market does, what the community of realtors do, is they give themselves every reason to not do business. You've all heard this, right? Like, well, there's no homes to sell. We talked about that last week. Have there ever been no homes to sell?
No.
Never. We've never had a zero home sales market. Even in COVID, we didn't have a zero home sales market, right? There are always homes to sell. Now, when people say there are no homes to sell, what are they saying?
They're not working.
Yeah, I'm not willing to work hard enough to find them, right? But guess what? Here's the good news. In the fourth quarter, there are homes to sell. The reality is most agents are not going to do the work to find them. So if you do the work to find them, what does that tell you?
You're going to get
You've
it.
got the advantage, right? You actually are the one who's going to, there's no competition, right? I can tell you this, there's probably like zero competition for listings in November and December. Why? Because everybody told themselves it was okay to fail in November and December, right? But you know that there's never zero homes to sell, so you're going to lean in. Okay, so what I want to deal with today is just a couple things. Last night, I was in my office and Tyler walked up to me and he said, what did you say when you came into the office?
8% rates, they're here.
8% rates, they're here. 8% rates, they're here. Right? He was like the town crier. He was like Paul Revere.
Flash one lantern though.
If Tyler was in telling me about it, he's got his lantern, his ray lantern. That's great. If Tyler's talking to me about it in the office, who else is talking about it? People. Everybody, right? And so here's the thing, as realtors, what's really, really important?
Controlling the message.
Controlling the message. You know what to say. You've got the language around it, right? Because your friends, your family, your buyers, right? Anybody working with buyers who just suddenly went, right? Okay. So that we control the language. So here's what I want to do. We're going to do a little breakout right now. I want you to get in a group of 4 people, and I want you to have those conversations. How do you, and here's what I'm going to ask in these group of 4 people. I want to have somebody who's selling real estate at least 12 units or more a year in every group. I don't want a group of 4 people who haven't sold anything, but I want every group to include at least one person who's emerging. Make sense? I don't know how that's going to happen. On your mark, get set, go.
Find your peaks. I am.
Oh, nice thing. Tell me how long.
It's fine. I mean, I just passed my test last
How's the
Friday.
grandkids?
Or the Friday before.
All right. Congratulations.
And I'm excited. Yeah, that's why I got it. The promotion they wanted me to do. So I don't know how active I'm going to be here. Who knows? You know, we'll see. Exactly. A little extra cash for her.
And then back to the original rate on the third.
What are you doing in Colorado?
You know, you lived in Colorado, huh?
I loved it there.
It's so dry.
Where'd you go?
Rates are 8%. Just have a conversation about it. So you're talking to
I went to Denver.
somebody.
I was in Colorado Springs, Golden.
Yeah, it's that time of year right now. It turns brown. But you didn't go in the mountains?
Yeah, we went to Pikes Peak.
Did you? So you guys saw the changing colors of the trees? Isn't it
Yeah,
gorgeous?
it's really pretty. And the food is really good there too.
Yeah, it's cool. I loved it there.
I gotta get plates and stuff for the buffet.
Okay, do you want the guests to participate?
Melanie.
We better. I don't think
Send the video.
But why? We think we're a realtor. Every day I think I'm a realtor, so I can figure out what realtors mean. They like realtors, right? We train realtors, you know, so yeah, they just need to focus on some things that are happening. That was nice meeting your sister. I've heard her name forever.
We'll be back.
Oh, yeah. Kid, I'm a little flower today. What? I said I'm a flower today. I had to have them. I searched high and low. I know. I've seen those. They're DJ or Dulce DJ. I mean, I've seen them a lot. So I got them now. They're a little heavy. I'm sure if you have a certain shoe, that one would kill my foot. Why? I need a platform, a wedge. So I saw some in Fashion Island and Nordstrom's. I thought I was buying the same ones, but I feel like these ones are too bulky. They feel kind of chunky for me. If it's heavy, it's chunky and heavy. Yes. It's not that bad. I like this. I'm like, can I go out and stick it with my shoes? Where are we going for the rest of the show? I have my compass right now. We all just dress up. We're one of the people still working. Well, like my sister was saying, she wears such shirts, but she would, like, they wear jeans and stuff. It's like she's always surprised that, like, I wear a dress every day. That's your personality. Yeah. How long have you been renting? 20 years. Well, I started from 10 years. And first girls always were so and they were very well mannered. You know, in my head has always been the image of that, you know. Good areas, outgoing, knowledgeable, patience, which is hard nowadays. That's just with age. But I think I've worn jeans out in the building twice, but nice jeans. Like on a Friday and a I don't have plain jeans. I have jeans ripped, or like I'll have some bell-bottom jeans. Yeah, but my jean top doesn't work here. No. You dress up, right? I go out a lot today. I'm still Jamaican.
Good. That's what I'm hearing. So now I want to hear more of it. Good. What were you talking about? What were the conversations you had? Someone want to share? Talking points. Yes. Gene.
Well, what Tyler was sharing with us was opportunities even on the seller point about just putting it right up front, like, seller willing to pay, 1% buy down because of the interest rate. Just talk them about, because like the 2-1 or the 1-by-1 buy down type thing, and have your seller say, look, this is how it is right now. So this is how we're going to get it sold. You want to get it sold quick, this is the way to do it. We can just put that in right up front. And we stop playing the little thing, and maybe it'll draw people to your property,
Absolutely. That 8% now gives me a conversation with my seller, my potential listings, and I should get with my lenders and get pricing done so they can see exactly the impact of the 8%. And then to say, okay, you want that price for your house, we can get that price, but you need to understand the buyer's situation. Would you buy your house for that payment? No. Then now let's get some incentives, right? So yeah, absolutely on the front end. What else? What else?
Hold
on, Edgar, I'll get you Robert. Okay.
Buyers should be concentrating on their payment right now, not so much the interest rate. And what my buyers are doing is they're adjusting their price point level, like from 640 now they're looking at 550 because of the interest rate shift.
Okay.
But they're just keeping that payment where they want it, where they feel comfortable.
Payment. Does the consumer know what the interest rate means?
No.
No, they don't. They just hear 8% hair on fire, right? And so it's your job to then explain what that means. Well, we want to buy a $500,000 house. What does that mean? Well, at current interest rate, blah, blah, blah. And that's why the lender relationship is important. Be able to have those numbers. Edgar.
Basically, because the interest rate is so high right now, sellers are more willing to get concessions than they would have if the interest rates were lower.
Absolutely. So good news for the buyer, the interest rates are high, seller concessions. Good news for the buyer, interest rates are high. That means a lot of the homes that you wanted 6 months ago but couldn't get are available and sitting there waiting for someone to offer, maybe even lowball opportunity for the buyer. Yes, Brandon.
So what I've been telling my buyers is, hey, this is the same problem, just facing a different way. So if you were willing to pay over asking price during COVID, you're doing the same thing. You're just paying a higher interest rate. And instead of paying it all up front, you're paying it on a monthly basis. And guess what? It's a write-off because you can itemize your tax deductions. So what I'm explaining to them is, hey, yes, home values are shrinking, but it's coming at the cost of a higher interest rate. So if you're waiting for home values to come down, it's going to be washed away by a higher interest rate. And eventually, when this market does come down, everyone else is going to rush to the homes when interest rates do fall. So beat them to it, marry the property, and don't marry the rate.
Yep.
I just want to go ahead and comment that as far as, if you're a listing agent, I'm trying to encourage, a lot of the listing agents to not reduce the sales price, but to actually have incentives to say that they're going to be helping with closing costs, give seller concessions. You're right before, they start reducing, the sales price.
Yeah.
Like that sales concession could actually help to buy down the rate or to help with closing costs.
Both ends. Both ends, yeah. I mean, I would say get a good sales price at list, or you will not get attention in negotiations rather than drop price, and you go to that. So yes, back to the room, Sam.
Okay, so each and every one here, all what I hear is on the elephant in the room, talking about the big thing, the interest rate. you know, when we have a focus and squirrel, right? So we can pay attention to the squirrel. Interest rate is nothing but a squirrel. And I'll tell you why. So you want that, that's what I was discussing here. You want 1,800, 2,000 square foot home, right? You want to buy a home. Well, look, you have to buy a home. You need to buy a home. Let's not look at 1,800. Let's look at 1,000 square foot. Let's put our foot in the door so we can own a home. So no one will raise rent on you. No one will tell you where to go or I want to sell it. You own it as a stepping stone. Your payment will become maybe where you want it to be. And once you build that equity, you take that equity and move up. Why we always want the best of the best at the beginning. We need to start somewhere. This is that time.
Christina.
I literally tell people that, like, it's like, you're not gonna get that big, beautiful house your first try.
Right.
Like, that's their third house or their fourth house, and like, they've leveraged houses the entire time to get to that point. Cause yeah, it's $5,000 monthly payment sucks, but they're not paying $5,000. They're
Right.
using the equity that they've made to bring their payment down, so that's why you're not starting there.
I am in my third home, and it took us 3 homes to get there. That makes sense, 3 homes to get there forever.
I love that.
So,
Stepping stones.
absolutely.
For the buyer, she has a budget to be able to buy. And I told her, you know what, this is a better way for you to invest your money, but your money in the bank isn't gonna grow. But I can tell you, investing into your small, not your dream home, is the greater return to your investment. 2 years from now, 3 years from now, if you keep this home as an investment, you rent it, and then you move on to being able to buy your second home, because now you're gonna be able to use your rental income, right?
Yep.
Along with your other income, to be able to move into now the home that you're looking. So, like, Sam, this is the conversation I have. It's a stepping stone.
Yeah.
You've got to walk, not run.
So here's some things I have in mind. I'll go 1 second. Brent, you brought the statistic last time. How many people have a rate under 3% right now?
72% of people have a rate under 4%.
72% of people have a rate under 4%. 72% of homeowners have historically low rates. 72% of homeowners are not going to be making a move anytime soon, right? Unless they have to. What does that tell you about supply? Supply is going to going down.
Be constricted.
Supply is going to be restricted. We're also, do we have more homes? Where are we as far as buildings concerned?
Low.
Low, right. So are we seeing prices drop anytime soon?
No.
They might adjust a little bit, but they're not going to crash because we have an artificial scarcity, right? And so that stepping stone is good, right? And so, yeah, I get in at a higher rate now. Our rate's going to stay high. I don't know, historic average is 8. So the rate right now isn't bad. It's actually average, right? Now, rates could continue to go up. In a recession, rates go down. They go down from the top. So be careful when we're saying things like, well, your rate's going to come down. It'll come back from wherever the top was. So if I locked in at 8, but it went up to 10, but then it came back down to 7, right? So that's something we have to be aware of. Just be aware of that. When you're working with your clients, we want to make sure that they're happy with the payment after it adjusts, if they're going to do a 2-1 buy down or any similar program. And you sell those first 2 years as, this is a gift. Your payment is your payment. This is a gift. Are you happy with that payment? Because there's no guarantee that that's going away, right? Okay, makes sense. So action plan, get with your lenders, demonstrate the impact to any sellers that you have. Get up to speed on programs right now for buyers. And you guys already gave us some other awesome action plans for the 8% conversation. Anything else? Cool. Moving on. Bob, you had
I was just going to throw what something Brandon said last week about the 2-1 buy down is that if, say, rates do magically come down and they do refinance, that money is still theirs. It's not, it doesn't go away. Whereas if you did a price reduction, it's gone, or, you know, whatever. You did something else. But if you do the 2-1 buy down, whatever money's sitting on the sideline to pay that extra, it's still there for you to offset the cost of your home.
Okay.
So pretty
Cool. Arthur, did you have one more comment before I move on?
Everybody says some awesome things, but that's why teamwork is so important, because when you got the lender, the lender can give you help, then the lender can give your client help, and then also the lender has CPAs that Sam was talking about, that they can learn how to write stuff off, and it's going to make them much more smarter when they get ready to purchase their home, because a lot of them are blinded. Some of the agents are blinded because they get scared to be able to talk to their client. That's why they got to let their lender talk to their client. And don't be the lender.
Yeah, absolutely. Develop your vendor relationships. They only make you stronger, right? Absolutely. Develop the vendor relationships. Hey, focus on the plan, not the problem. And this is going to continually what we come back to. We're in a shift. Shift is not going away. It's a seasonal shift. It's a market shift. If we focus on that, then we're going to be like the majority of realtors, just excusing why we can't. Focus on the plan. How many contacts do I need to make? How many conversations do I need to have? How many leads do I need to convert? And how do I know my metrics? And then it's just apply pressure where it's needed. Focus on the plan. We have those conversations with our clients, with our sphere, with 8% interest rates. Focus on the plan. Sam, you said it. What is it that you need? What's your motivation? Why? Why do you want to buy a house? Well, because we're having a baby. If you don't buy a house, does that mean you're not going to have a baby? No, the baby's coming one way or the other. Then we probably need to find the house, right? That's the motivation. One of the questions I had related to this was, who always needs to sell? Who always needs to sell?
The motivated seller.
Divorce, people dying, people.
Divorced people? Yeah. Do people, let me ask you this. In a recession or down economy, do people stop getting divorced?
No, they get more.
Sadly, it increases, and I'm not. Listen, I'm not going to celebrate that. Like in the same respect, there's going to be homes to sell, right? Those people need someone like you, because they're in an emotionally charged situation where they're easily going to be taken advantage of, or someone is just going to come in without a win-win or no-deal mindset, and that's going to create more trauma to that relationship, which may impact kids. So, I mean, I say this like, literally, they're going to sell. They need someone like you, because you're going to look out not just for the check, but for the whole situation, right? Yes?
Or also someone that's struggling with their house payment before they have to go through foreclosure. Like, it's just a horrible thing to do, but at the end of the day, you'd rather do it with someone that's got your best interest, and there's always going to be people like that, too.
Most people have equity right now. It would be terrible for someone to get caught in panic and just shut down and lose all their equity because they just couldn't face it. We run from pain. They need someone like you, right? Who else always needs to sell? Saul.
I wanted to flip and say, I've been pursuing a lot of people that really need to buy. Just this last week, I've been pursuing a lot of investors. Yeah. I was talking to Tyler because I've been pursuing a lot of financial institutions that have investors that need to park cash somewhere, and it's huge. And people are still looking to buy. Just this last week, Kevin and I had a listing in Harupa Valley. Friday and Saturday, we had 55 groups go through it. This week priced really aggressively. We had an offer that was $75,000 above asking. That was conventional. Another one that was FHA. They took the cash offer that was $5,000 above asking. Why? Because it's convenient, it's quick, they're a lot more aggressive and a lot more hard pressed to get into something because they can't have money sitting there. Obviously, inflation numbers are coming out this year, and so when they're looking at even 3-4%, let alone now where we're closer to 9%, it's scary, you know? And so that's one thing I've been pursuing really well.
Cool. I got about 3 minutes left, so I'm going to focus in. But yes, absolutely, people need to buy. Millennials need homes. Right? Millennials largely stayed out of the market for a long time because of the memory of the last crash. They now have income. They're paying off their debt. They need homes. There are more millennials than there are baby boomers, right? But there are less houses because baby boomers, they just don't die. Anyway.
And I'm not apologizing for it either.
Some people here were dying to move.
That's funny. Okay. Good. So that's a problem. So they do need to buy. Who needs to sell? Dead people.
Can
People
I say
don't
something?
stop dying in recession. Yes.
As a rep, so I talk to my agents what they're selling, and I can't push this as much as I have a 25% off for the seniors. So half of my deals get that because that type of seller is usually the kids of the parents, and they have that negotiation ability. They're okay to drop the price because those homes are paid off. So FYI, I mean, if that's the kind of deals I seem like I'm getting a lot of those, and there's a lot of those out there. If you can put yourself in front of those type of sellers, there's information out there, there's data, it can be found.
And say, I want a list of everybody whose home is paid off.
Right. Well, yes, we have sources of telling them where it's at, yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yes, you can pull by age, you can pull by 80 years old, paid off, two-story home.
30 years.
Yeah.
Right, 30 years, 2 stories. Sam, that was a tip I got from you earlier this year. Those people hate their stick.
And there's websites out there with abstracts of death.
Yeah. Good.
Sorry.
I'm a little over, I'm gonna just keep pushing, we're getting through it. Yeah, so dead people, probate. Probate's not going away.
No.
So develop relations with probate attorneys.
Divorce is not going away.
There's never a market where there are 0 homes to sell, right? We just need to be having these conversations, and it's going to take massive action. Commitment in all things. Commitment in all things means massive action. It means I didn't wake up today this morning and say, oh, I might get a lead. It means I woke up this morning and I'm going to get a lead. It doesn't mean I might have a contract this week. It means I'm going to do whatever is necessary to get the contract, and I will tell you, getting the contract is a function of how many people you talk to or are in relationship at any given time.
Just really
Yes.
quick, just last week, I know that we before, since we're really, I have listings,
Yeah.
nothing, it was kind of like silent. All of a sudden, interest rates start going up, people panic. I
Yeah.
noticed the activity, a lot of buyers are saying, oh my God, I better buy right now, because, I won't be able to do it. So there are options with the lender, just connect with the lender, and speak with them.
I don't know if we need to, okay, that's fine. You thought my joke was something?
Great,
All right.
contagious.
Okay. Good. Your hack, and this is the powerful hack I want to give you today. I hope you're writing down one action step you're going to take from this meeting, that you do something today that you heard to move forward. But here's your hack. A hill looks 20% less steep when you're standing next to a friend. That's a scientific fact. A hill looks 20% less steep when you're standing next to a friend. If I'm going to focus on the plan, not the problem, if I'm going to make massive action, if I look at the hill by myself, I'm going to go, I can't do that. But if I have a friend next to me, it doesn't look as hard or as long, and I'm going to get it done. So partner with people here. Hey, I'm committed to getting one contract a week for the rest of the quarter, and it seems impossible. So I need you to tell me what you're committed to, and we're going to get there together, right? I want to see this in Q4. I want to see competition. I want to see people wagering lunches in this office. I want to see Saul paying me $10 less. Right? That's what this is, right? I'm helping him to look at the hill and see it as less steep, because he doesn't just come in and pay me money. We talk about what were the obstacles and we get over it, right? You're not alone. You're an independent contractor, but you're part of the team. So let's take the hill together. When we take the hill together, it's not as steep. Okay, so let's do that. Arthur.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't mind me saying this to you, before you all leave here, find yourself a commitment partner. Don't leave here without somebody holding you accountable. I started an accountability thing 8 years ago, about 12 people in this office. I'm the only one standing. I found me an accountability partner. He's my Navy buddy. He lives in Arkansas. He holds me accountable. Also, ladies, you like to buy stuff, right? Say yes. Say yes. So I made my wife my accountability person, that I have to make sure I have to get her listings, or I have to get that buyer qualified. Because she wants to spend money, she has to spend money, and I have to give her listings. I make this known that it's going to happen. Get it done.
Cool. I just want to throw out, we're going to help do it too. We want to walk with you. So we have a Q4 listing contest, prizes in the following categories: the most listings, the most closings. Any first year with a listing, we're going to give you you're going to get something for that. Any first listing, you're going to get something for that. Most new contacts entered in a database, that is a prize. The attendance, so the person attending training the most will get a prize, and the all-in award is just the person we see the most hustle from. So we'll be announcing prizes next week, but just put that on your radar. Do the work now so you get a strong start. We want to see you win. It's time to be bold. Schedule it now. None of this happens without a schedule, so schedule your success now. When are you going to make it happen? Talk to your partner about it. I know we have a 50-50 raffle. Sam, is it happening this week?
No, sorry.
No, thank goodness. Okay, good. Great, thank you guys for being with us. And then a little message from our sponsor, Mr. Tim Moreno, which apparently is downloaded, so give me 1 second and I will bring that up. There he is. That's Tim, we know that. And then this will be quick, I promise. Yeah, all right, so, and Tim Moreno.
Hey, Keller Williams family, I'm sorry I couldn't be with you, but it is Taco Tuesday. I hope you enjoy them. There's tacos back there, there's potatoes, there's beef, there's chicken, there's rice, there's beans. I am so sorry that I can't join you guys today, but if you look behind me, it's Moon Day. So Going to be moving into our new suite down on Adams. Also be taking my place inside of the Market Center as well. But listen, I wanted to address things the way that they are. Right now, what we have to do is accept the market for what it is, right? We all knew that it was going to come this way. We all knew that there was going to be some changes. You know, to whatever level and degree, I think that what we're doing right now by focusing on where are rates today and where are rates tomorrow, you know what, we're stressing each other out. What we need to do is accept the fact that rates have gone up, they need to go up to be able to get inflation under control. The reality is that we need to focus in on the positive. We need to keep our clients positive. We need to be sending just a positive message. You know, there's a promise that I love. It says, weeping may last through the night, but my joy comes in the morning. And guys, we're going to get through this. We're going to make it. It's going to be great. And you're all going to prosper. I love the culture. I love the KW culture. I love what Chris and the leadership team are doing. And I'm blessed to be part of it. So God bless you guys. Have a wonderful day and enjoy that lunch. It's Taco Tuesday.
Woo! All right, so, thank you, Tim. Don't leave here without committing to one action item from this. One thing that you will do, and don't leave here until you've found somebody who can help you take that hill. See you next time.
What's up, man?
You got it. 10 hours every time. So, what's up, darling?
What's your name?
What we get no, buddy. No, it just went out. The white Thank you, Chris.
Yeah. I'm good. So that's good. Good morning. I think I called you.